Hi loves, welcome back to my channel Liv's Locket. I hope you are all doing well. This week's video is going to be another pick a card reading, and the topic of this reading is going to be messages from your future self. So whatever your future self would like you to know at this time is what we're going to be diving into today. Before we get into the reading, I want to do a quick disclaimer. Now, this is a general reading. It is for the collective, so not all of these messages is going to resonate, and they're not supposed to. So it's really important with these online tarot readings and any type of general message to use your own discernment and your own intuition. If I say something and it doesn't resonate with you, that's totally okay. Don't make the message fit if it doesn't fit. I also want to clarify that I always cleanse my space and ask for divine protection before any reading. And I always channel with the intention to get information that is for the highest and best for the viewer watching this. So I just wanted to quickly put that out there, and with that being said, let's get right into the video. Hi pile number one, if you chose this card, then this message is for you. So I'm first going to start with the tarot cards, and then I am going to pull a few oracle cards more towards the end of the reading. What would pile one's future self like them to know at this moment? I also want to clarify that I did cleanse and ask for protection before starting this reading, so we are good to go. Okay, so I want to start with 3 cards, so I'm going to ask, can I please get 3 cards for pile number one's future self's message? What would pile number one's future self like them to know at this time? Please give me 3 cards. Okay, so 2 cards came out, and I only take it if 1 card falls out. That's just the way I read. We have the 3 of Cups in reverse. What would pile number one's future self like them to know? The Ace of Swords in reverse. What would pile number one's future self like them to know? And we have the Hermit. Underneath the deck, we have the 2 of Pentacles. Okay, so just for a quick overview, we have the 3 of Cups in reverse. We have the Ace of Swords in reverse. We have the Hermit upright. And then we have the 2 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck upright. The 3 of Cups in reverse here, I feel like right now your friendships may lack clarity, especially with the Ace of Swords in reverse, because the Ace of Swords upright is clarity, and the 3 of Cups upright is the card of friendship and celebration. So with both of these cards being in reverse, there is this lack of clarity within your friendships. There's also maybe a lack of mutual understanding, or you feel like these people don't truly get you, or they're not seeing a specific side of you. There's just overall a lack of clarity. You might have recently had some type of milestone, or you might have recently had some type of accomplishment and you didn't really have anyone to share this moment with. And with the 2 of Pentacles here, with the Hermit card, I'm getting that with this energy, it causes you kind of to go your own way. You might have decided you're going to celebrate alone. For example, I know some people with their birthdays, they go on solo birthday trips. Or you could have recently graduated and you decided just to kind of do something on your own. This doesn't have to just be a celebration. It could be for some people. But this could be just with friendships in general, that you're deciding to kind of just do things on your own. You might be going out more by yourself. There's a saying, and I don't think I'm necessarily going to say it right, but it's something along the lines of don't wait for people to do the things that you love. I feel like that's what your future self wants to tell you right now. It's that if you don't have the people to do the things that you love to do yet, just go do them by yourself. Don't wait for anyone. If there's a concert coming in town that you really want to go to, but you don't have anyone to go with, your future self wants you to go to those alone, because there's no point in waiting for other people to catch up for you to do the things that you like to do. It's just go do them. You might have already started to do this, or you might be kind of thinking about it. And if you're thinking about just doing things that you love to do on your own, your future self is thumbsing that up. So I want to get a clarifier card for the Hermit. Can I please get a clarifier card for the Hermit? Clarifier card for the Hermit. Okay, so we have the Two of Pentacles here. So with the Two of Pentacles here, this was just under the deck to clarify the Hermit card. I definitely feel like you're kind of debating whether you want to do something alone or you want to start doing more things alone. This might be something that you've been thinking about for a while. What I'm also getting pretty strongly right now is that you might have gone through a spiritual awakening, and this spiritual awakening has made you feel disconnected from your friends. So you might be the one that feels more disconnected because you changed. Something might have happened in your life that gave you a perspective shift, especially with Ace of Swords here. There's definitely some perspective shift coming through right now. And it might have caused you to no longer feel aligned with some people in your life that you used to feel very much aligned with. And I think it has you in this very kind of like weird place where you don't really know what to do about it. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Wands. So now you're kind of looking at other options. You're seeing what else is out there. You might be feeling like there's other people out there that you might be able to connect with more at this point in time. You also might be wanting to move. Like, there's definitely this spiritual awakening perspective shift that I think happened to you internally, and now you're looking at the external world and it's not really connecting with you in the way that it once did. So I want to get a clarifier for the Ace of Swords. Can I please get a clarifier for the Ace of Swords? Can I please get a clarifier for the Ace of Swords? Okay, with the Ace of Swords, we have the Ten of Swords to clarify that. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Swords. With the Ten of Swords here, it's signifying a hard time, but I'm not getting in the future. I think this is something that you've already been through, or you might be kind of currently getting out of. But again, it caused you to have this perspective shift. You might have retreated, you might have gone very inward and become very introspective. And now I feel like you're honestly like kind of like a completely different person, and you're looking at your old life and you're just not resonating with it anymore. And your future self wants you to know that it's time to go your own way. So if you've been feeling this way, your future self wants you to know that it's time to carve a new path for yourself, because the one that's currently going on right now, it just doesn't fit you anymore. You've outgrown something. I want to get a clarifier for the Three of Cups to see if it could be anything else, because the Three of Cups is the card of friendships and it's the card of celebration, which makes me feel like this could be like a group of people and friends that you no longer feel so connected to, but it could be other things too. So let's get a clarifier for the Three of Cups. Can I please get a clarifier for the Three of Cups? Oh. Bottom of the deck again, we have the Four of Swords in reverse, and we have the Three of Swords coming out to clarify the Three of Cups. So you might see 333 a lot. You don't have to, but if you do, that's confirmation. 333 could be significant for you. You could have had 3 friends that you're really close to that something definitely happened and it led you heartbroken, especially with the Ten of Cups here. Like this was something that was very hard. This could definitely be betrayal. You could have realized that the people that you thought were your friends were not your friends. And then the Ten of Swords coming out to clarify the Ace of Swords. These people, you thought of them one way and they ended up being the complete opposite. Like you might have really trusted these people and they just like totally stabbed you in the back here. And you might be questioning, you might be like, you might be wondering to yourself, like, how did I not see this coming? Like, how was I so wrong about these people? But it's important to remember that that has everything to do with them. Do you know what I mean? Like, if these people really did you dirty, it has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. It says more about them than it does about you. But your future self wants you to get away from these people. Your future self wants you to get away from these people 100%. With the Hermit card here, and this is something that your future self wants you to know too, is that when you move away from these people, you will feel lighter. Because the Hermit leaves everything that he knows behind to find some deeper meaning. So he only has what he really needs. So he has like a lamp, he has his clothes, he has a staff, he packs light. And I feel like you're like debating whether to cut these people out completely or to kind of like be friends with them but only see them here and there. Now that's honestly up to you, but what I feel like from your future self, they want you to cut them off completely. I think your future self is telling you to like drop these people now. That's what I'm getting. Obviously, like do what feels best for you. Everyone's situation is differently, but with these two cards here, like I'm not getting the best vibe. And I just feel like these people do nothing for you. You might not fully realize it until you move on. And then you're gonna look back and you're gonna be like, yeah, they weren't shit. Like that's kind of the energy that I'm getting. These are not your people. If the frame looks different, it's because I just ran out of storage, so I'm filming on another device. So I'm sorry about that. But I think what I was saying was, if you're having no issues within your friend group, then don't force this message to fit. But if you know that something is off, this message might be for you. So yeah, I don't want to make anyone paranoid. That's very important to use your own discernment. But there is another message coming through that if you're dealing with a friend group and you kind of feel like there's a red flag and you can't pinpoint it, you don't know why you feel that way, but if you've already been feeling this way, not if you haven't been feeling this way, then this message isn't for you. But if you've been feeling like something's been off within your friend group or some sort of friend, then that is your intuition, and don't obsess over it, but just kind of keep it in mind, because I'm definitely getting there could be a red flag. Okay, I want to pull a card to go right here with like an outcome. What will be gained with this Two of Pentacles here? Because there is this like indecisiveness that I'm getting. So what else do you have to say? Okay, the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords keeps coming up. This time it was upright. And the King of Swords in reverse. Okay, so if you are dealing with these people and you kind of know they're not good for you, or your intuition's kind of telling you that there's something off, what your future self wants you to know is to take a step back. Even if you're not at a point where you want to fully cut these people off, still your future self wants you to take a step back from these people with the Hermit card here and the Four of Swords, because the Four of Swords is about resting. With the Two of Pentacles here, I feel like there is just this indecisiveness. There's something that you don't have complete clarity on, especially with the Ace of Swords here. Underneath the deck is the King of Swords when I pulled out the Four of Swords. So by you taking a step back, you're going to gain clarity. You need space to understand something. Something else that just came through is you might just be upset about a friend group maybe moving away, or maybe there was just something within the friend group that kind of broke down, but it wasn't anyone's specific fault. Like I said, it's going to be different for everyone, but it might not necessarily be betrayal with everyone. There might just have been like a friend or a group that something petty might have happened, but there's just something about you retreating that is going to give you the clarity that you need so you know which direction to move in. So I'm going to ask one more question. So tell me about this friendship, tell me about this group. That's what I'm going to ask. About this friendship, about this group. Just want to try to get a little bit more information. Okay, the Page of Wands. Knight of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so I'm kind of getting two messages. Take it as it resonates. But what I'm getting is, actually, this friendship, these people, this could have been just like these people could have been very immature, could have low-key kind of been like bullies. They could have done you dirty, could have gone behind your back. Or you could be looking back at this friendship and something fell through and it was very petty. And it wasn't necessarily betrayal, it was just like kind of like egos clashing. And when you took a step back to reflect, you could be seeing where you went wrong and where they went wrong. And that's why you might be being upset as well, is because you feel like there was a friendship that kind of could have been more long-term if the egos weren't involved. And you could be really missing these people. When you take a step back, there is this clarity that you just don't always get when you're so close to it. So if you don't understand something and you're confused about something in regards to people in your life, in regards to friendship specifically, take a step back and there's going to be a sort of transformation for you as well with the butterfly here. You can see the butterfly right there. The butterfly is all about transformation. So it's like you have a completely different perspective shift and you see it for what it is. And this eases your mind. This eases your mind. I think that there's a lot of overthinking with the situation because there is a lot of swords energy here. And the swords have to do with the mind. So there's going to be, your mind will finally be able to rest. Even if you're like, oh, I was in the wrong, it's like at least you know, and you're not over analyzing everything anymore. Okay, so I'm gonna do my clarifier shuffles. If no cards come out, then I am going to pull some oracle cards for you guys. Okay. So no other cards came out. I'm gonna pull 2 cards out of this Wild Woman Rising deck. So what would pile number 1's future self like them to know? What would pile number 1's future self like them to know at this time? Okay, so the 2 cards that came out was Remember Kindness and then Know Yourself, again with the number 3. So you definitely might be seeing 333. You could be an air sign, you don't have to, but you could be a Libra, an Aquarius, or a Gemini. The reason why your future self is coming here today to tell you to take a step back, not to self-isolate, but just to retreat a little bit more, because you discover a new side to yourself or you learn something new about yourself. You realize something about yourself that you haven't before, and when you realize this about yourself, it helps you within life. Because it's no longer hidden, it is something that you are aware of. So again, maybe it's self-sabotage. You realize that this was a good friendship and you self-sabotaged it. By you taking that step back and reflecting, now you're aware for the future that you have a tendency to sabotage things that you think are good for yourself. And so you can kind of like protect the things that make you happy from that trait of yours. Another thing too is like maybe you realize you're a people pleaser. And you never really realized that about yourself before, but you realized that you gave too much to this friendship who never really appreciated you, right? So there is just this sense of you discovering something about yourself that you just didn't know before. And it's going to benefit you in the future because you'll know how to navigate it a little bit better. With Remember Kindness, and the swords here, this could lead to a conversation. And if it does lead to a conversation, it's important to remain calm and kind. Even if these people kind of did you dirty, don't say any low blows, don't go below the belt, keep your integrity, don't stoop to their level. And you can just keep it with like, you do you, I'm gonna do me, I wish you the best, but bye. And I think the reason why your future self wants you to do this and is telling you this is because if you do say any low blows, you might actually feel guilty about it and regret it. And if you kind of like stick to your own integrity, you're gonna feel proud of yourself, you're gonna be happy that you didn't stoop to their level. Okay, so now I am going to pull 1 more card. So this is the Enchanted Map Oracle. And I'm going to read this card out of the book and then we will end your reading. Number 1's future self would like them to know. Dry Desert in Reverse. So I'm going to read that card out of the book, and on the bottom of the deck is Gentle Gardener. Okay, so all of these cards come with a quote, and the quote that comes with this card is, "Dig deep for inspiration and truth. Now is the time to become resilient and adaptable." And the card says, "The subject of your inquiry is barren and can't give you anything right now. No matter how beautiful and seductive the shimmering glow of the mirage, this is an illusion." When the Dry Desert card is reversed, it is warning not to be hypnotized into thinking you will achieve your desire. This well is empty. Consider the gift here, though. Know that while this is not the right person, place, or circumstance for you at the moment, it means that something much better, more fulfilling, and life-sustaining is coming. Celebrate the warning and be grateful. And that is everything that I am getting for you, pile number 1. I hope it resonated. If it did, give it a thumbs up or maybe leave a comment down below. And I will see you next week with a new video. Bye! Hi, pile number 2. If you picked this card, then this message is for you. I am going to start off with my tarot cards, and then as the reading goes on, I am going to pull some oracle cards for you all. I'm going to start off with 3 cards, and I've already cleansed my space and asked for protection. So with that being said, let's get right into the reading. So what would pile number 2's future self like them to know? We have the Devil in reverse, Temperance. That was quick, wow. And the Page of Wands. Bottom of the deck, we have the King of Swords. Okay, I'm getting a good energy right off the bat. With the Devil in reverse here, it's a pot. So the Devil in reverse, I know the Devil card can scare some people. It is not a scary card. The Devil has to do with addictions. It has to do with attachments, more so like toxic attachments, toxic addictions, just like a toxic habit that you know is not good for you. Your future self wants you to know that whatever you're struggling to end in your life, no matter what it is, even if it's like a job, like this could literally be anything, you overcome this. You overcome this, and with the Temperance card here, it's like life opens up for you better than you could have ever imagined. This is just like you having kind of like your victory moment, and there's this sense of you being able to start over again, and start over in a way that feels very exciting to you, almost like a little kid. Like I'm getting like this like little kid energy. It's like you get this new beginning, you get this new start. And the reason why I'm getting such a good and exciting energy for you is because again, the Devil card being in reverse. So this is you coming out of these dark times, out of these, you know, these things really holding you back that were negative. And with the Temperance card here, notice how the wings are red. Now the color red is red like our blood. It's red like the root chakra. Blood is like vitality. It's what keeps us alive. It's what brings us to the 3D world, into Earth. It's real. So the red wings symbolize, even though you see this angel and she's like basically hovering over a lake and it doesn't make any sense, it's very much real. Even though logic doesn't justify it, even though it doesn't make sense, it is real nonetheless. And so that's the energy that I'm getting. It's like, even if something seems too good to be true, just know that it's true. It doesn't have to make sense, but there is just this like victory moment that I'm getting. I feel like you took life into your own hands. You took responsibility for yourself. You got back up on your feet, and now it's like you have this new perspective. You have this new strength. You know who you are. No one else can tell you that. It's like this like sense of like empowerment. There's this new empowerment coming in for you, and your future self wants you to know that it brings you to like this really exciting new beginning. But I'm gonna get some more cards because I want to tap into this a little bit more. Can I please get a clarifier for the Devil in reverse? Okay, we have the 8 of Cups coming out with the 10 of Swords on the bottom of the deck. I feel like this past hardship, there was some type of unhealthy attachment. It's going to be different for everyone. It's something that you didn't think that you could move on from. If this is something that you're going through at the moment, just know that things turn around for you. Know that things turn around for you. Also, very specific, but if you pray to a specific angel, that angel wants you to know that they are listening to you and they're helping you. Can I have a clarifier for the Temperance card? Also, I feel like with you severing this, you were able to find some deeper meaning and understanding within yourself. So it's like you kind of got to the bottom of why this thing was always attached to you, why it was so hard to let it go. It's like you start to finally understand why. And when you understand why is when you really can like cut that cord. It's because you have a deeper understanding of yourself. And I'm trying to like think of the best way to say this, but I feel like, okay, so like, you know how there's always an opposite in everyone, within everything, there's always a light and darkness, right? Especially with the Temperance here and the Devil, you know, like God, the Devil, it's symbolic for two sides of the same thing, right? That's why like the devil can't be defeated, because it's a part of God, but it's just like his shadow side. And the thing about our shadow sides is that when we can't see them, that's when they can overpower us, because they're hidden in the dark. But when we finally face like our inner demons, which I honestly like don't like that the way I'm saying that, but I don't know how else to say it, like when we face our shadows, it's no longer in the dark, so we can see it for what it is, and it can't overpower us anymore because we see it coming from a mile away. And that's what I'm getting with you. It's like you understand yourself on such a deeper level that this is not something that can overpower you anymore, because you already know what it is, you've already called it out, and you've already faced it head on. I hope that makes sense. Let's get a clarifier for the Temperance. I'm sorry guys if you can hear that lawnmower. I don't have that much time to film this, so I have to kind of like go through it, but I hope you can still hear me. But to clarify the Temperance card, we have the Three of Swords. With the Three of Swords coming out to clarify the Temperance card, this is so clearly like a part of your heart is being healed. It's not something that overwhelms you anymore. It's not something that makes you feel heavy anymore. It's something that you can finally just like feel at peace with, and something that you can finally just like let go of and move on, especially because on the bottom of the deck we have the Ten of Cups. This is one of the happiest cards in the deck. It's like giving like a full circle moment. It's giving like the hero's journey, kind of like, you know, when like someone goes through something hard and then they have a challenge and then they like overcome it. That's what I'm getting, is there's just like this like really like happy full circle moment. Not just something that you overcome, but you get to a point of like this true happiness. You get to a point where you're truly happy, and it's not something that's heavy anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not just like, all right, on to the next thing that sucks. It's like there's like this like opening of life. I'm going to pull a clarifier for the Page of Wands. So let's see. The Six of Cups. What was I so, do you remember how I said like there's like this new beginning coming for you that almost makes you feel like a kid again? With the Six of Cups, that's really clarifying what I was just saying, because the Six of Cups is has to do with like our childhood and nostalgia and reminiscing. I already mentioned with like you facing your shadow side, there's this newfound innocence where like you really start to understand yourself, and I think you might like understand why you do the things that you do, and you might realize that it comes from childhood, and one of the ways that you overcome it is you give yourself something that your inner child never got to have. So you kind of like reparent your inner child, or you nourish your inner child, and this leads to a new beginning. Your future self wants you to know that if you're currently in this hard spot, to maybe try to kind of dig a little deeper with this Eight of Cups here, and to see like why are you attached to this thing? What is it really? And by trying to dig a little bit deeper, try to tap into your childhood. And if you realize that there was something that you were lacking in childhood, at this point in time, your future self wants you to give that thing that you needed as a kid to you now. But I'm sensing there is this new beginning after you overcome this for sure. So I want to get a little bit more into that. What is in store after this? We have the Six of Cups in reverse and the Chariot. Okay, so you are given something. I don't exactly know what it is because it's going to be different for everyone, but when you find this newfound excitement, when you have this more like, it's like this like inner child joy, there's just this new excitement, and you're given something. You're given something. It could be like an opportunity, it could be like a new friendship, it could be like a new place. But the Chariot card on the bottom of the deck, with the Chariot card here, this is something that you feel like you won, it's like a winning moment, because the Chariot wins. If there's one thing that the Chariot's gonna do, it's gonna do absolutely anything to win. And in this case, I am getting a good feeling about it. Like, I feel like this is just like victory. Could be like a new dream that you're able to kind of like embark on because you don't have this like heavy weight on you anymore. Could be something that you've always wanted to do ever since you were a kid, like maybe start a business that you've always wanted to start. Or you've always wanted to go like solo travel, but you've never been able to because this is always holding you down. It's like you finally get the opportunity to do it. And there's just like this newfound joy. There's a newfound joy coming in, because also as the cards progress, there's more yellows in the cards. I don't know if you can really tell, but the cards in the beginning are a lot more dark. And then the cards more towards the end of your reading is very light. Do my clarifier shuffles. Is there anything else that pile number 2's future self would like them to know? Okay, so there's nothing else that wants to be said in the tarot cards. One thing that I do quickly want to see, because I saw it when I was closing my eyes, and this isn't going to resonate with everyone, but if you wished upon a star, like if you wished upon a shooting star for something specifically, that's gonna come true. Very, very specific message. It might literally be for one of you, but if you wished for something on a shooting star, it's going to come true. So this is the Wild Woman Rising Oracle deck, and I'm going to pull 2 cards out of the deck for you. What would pile number 2's future self like them to know? This is crazy. And the first card that came out is Embrace the Internal Mother, which is crazy because I was just saying how give your inner child the thing that you would need now. So I feel like that's kind of like highlighting that. The second card is Remember Who You Are, but there's also a star here, which makes me again feel like that shooting star energy. If you have wished something on a shooting star, very specific message, but just know it's gonna come true. And also with the Remember Who You Are card, I just feel like it's again, when you face this, it's like you remember who you are. You're like, oh yeah, like this doesn't define me. This isn't anything that I need to keep with me forever. This is something that I can literally walk away from. So if there's anything that your future self really wants you to know at this time, is that it does get better. I think that's what your future self really wants you to know, is that it gets better, and it gets better more than what you could have ever imagined. I think with also seeing that shooting star, that's another message coming through. So I could take it literally, like if you are wishing on a star, but also I'm getting it more so, especially with the Temperance card here, that something happens even better than you could have ever even imagined, and your future self wants you to get excited about this and to know that in the future there is so much happiness and wins to come. Also, you guys, what I'm just realizing now, which is kind of crazy, is you picked the I am choosing to see all life as play card. So again, this like inner childness. I honestly forgot that this was like the card for pile number 2, but yeah, like you playing, you just like loving life, like you're dancing around like a little fairy. The last card that I'm gonna pull is out of the Enchanted Map. I'm like talking my like lungs out. Oh my gosh. I love it nonetheless, but I can just like tell I keep tripping over my words. But okay, so we're gonna do one last card out of the Enchanted Map Oracle, and I'm gonna read this card out of the book. One last message. Too many cards. There we go. Spark. Okay. I'm gonna read this card out of the book. This is what it looks like up close. You could play an instrument. This woman is playing the violin. You could find something that gives you the spark, and maybe that's why this like new beginning happens for you. But let me read this out of the book. So every card comes with a quote, and the quote for this card is, "You are a clear channel for divine creativity." And the paragraph says, "There is a spark of creativity in you, and you have every reason to move forward with optimism and hope." Love that. And then it says, "Open yourself to inspiration and allow life to show you its beauty and your part in co-creating it. This is the perfect time to give birth to a new idea, start a new relationship or job, or beginning of any endeavor. Attraction is high as you connect with others who can co-create joyous experiences and join with you in expressing the finer aspects of life. Watching a spark turn into a flame and stoking that fire is a gratifying activity." So I'm going to end the reading there. I think I really need a glass of water right now because my voice is going. But I hope this resonated. If it did, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. And I will see you next week with a new video. Bye.